My name is Marcy Pana. I'm your neighborhood realtor with Remax. I'm always about showcasing and promoting local businesses in Vancouver. Today we're here with Amir from Dominion Lending. He's the mortgage expert in the area. So we'd like to find out a little bit more about what these lovely people can help with improving the market next year. Amir, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, and hi Marcy. It's always good to sort of connect with people and spend time and learn a bit more about local businesses together because our businesses are interconnected. I'm a mortgage broker, and I sort of try to find the best solution for my clients. And the best solution is not always the best rate. So at the end of the day, there are penalties that most banks you don't know about. If you break your term, you could end up with a huge penalty. So it's not always about the rate. So it's always good to talk to a broker who can navigate you through all these different hurdles till you find the right solution for your purchase or refinance.
Excellent. And you referred out to refinancing, so I'm sure you will take care of that. How is that going to help our clients who are going to refinance with some of the information you have?
Well, for refinances, I mean, the people have, it could be for many purposes. I mean, some people borrow money to pay their debts off, some people borrow money to do renovations, some people borrow money to invest. So there are so many different purposes for refinancing. And refinancing is, as far as I find it, you know, from my point of view, refinances gives you more time to look for the best deal for the clients because you're not under pressure to close at a certain time or remove the subject at the date sort of 7 days away. So with refinance, you have a better time, and we can find a better solution for the clients that way.
Excellent. And you also referred out to stress tests in one of your newsletter. Would you be able to elaborate on that?
Yeah, and of course, as you know, the Bank of Canada, not only the Bank of Canada, the government of Canada has tried to control the prices going up in the real estate. And one of the ways they came up with was to introduce the stress test. A stress test means that if the contract rate is, say, 5%, we have to qualify you at 5 plus 2, 7%. That means usually you end up qualifying for less, so qualifying for about 20 to 25% less than what you would have done with the contract rate. And this limits the ability of most people to borrow what they need. But the good thing is we have access to some lenders who are not federally regulated. So when they're not federally regulated means they don't have to follow those stress test guidelines and rules. So we can get them the money they need usually through those type of lenders, those who don't have to follow the federal regulation.
Excellent. Amir, I come across some clients who are younger and they need to have the support of parents. So I hear some of you guys specialize in reverse mortgages where they can borrow money from the parents. How would you arrange for that?
Yeah, this is a very, I mean, as you know, it's very difficult to save money for the down payment. Everything's so expensive these days. And the young people of today, I feel for them, and I understand getting into a property ladder is not easy. So most young people these days rely on the bank of mom and dad. Mm-hmm. And the way it works with reverse mortgages, usually if you own your home for a long time, there is a good equity in that home. And if you're 55 plus, we can take some money out from that house or condo or whatever the property is, and you don't have a monthly payment for that mortgage. The interest is still there. There will be a slightly higher interest than the normal mortgages, but you don't have to pay back. Depending on what term you go for, the interest will start accumulating. And that interest, you don't have to pay back while you're living there. So if you're living there with your spouse, and even if, God forbid, something happened to one of the spouses, they can still carry on living in that house, in that property, and they don't have to pay the money back. And then at the end of the day, when there's nobody there and it has to be sold, the interest is paid back to the bank.
Right.
But the good thing is, or the good news is that in Vancouver, at least, the property values appreciate quite a bit, and usually after 5 years, say, just as an example, if you sort of the interest that has accumulated on the money you borrowed, say if it was $50,000, your house may have gained value $55,000. So at the end of the day, in Vancouver, it tends to cover itself. So even you're not paying the mortgage, but your house is appreciating, and in a way counteracts the interest that you have to pay.
Yes, that's wonderful. I've witnessed that for the past 18 years of my career, that's for sure.
I mean, that's something I think as a realtor you would have noticed it anyway.
Yes.
So the property prices never stay stable in Vancouver anyway.
That's true. That's very true. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to have you. If our audience want to reach out to Amir, please share your contact information with them.
Sure. I'm a mortgage broker, first of all, so the difference between me and a mortgage specialist is the mortgage specialist works for a bank. I work for myself and you, and no particular lender, so I have access to quite a few lenders, so I can look around and find the best solution for you. So if you want to find a deal that is, in terms of not just the rate, in terms of the whole package, the best solution, then I'm the man for you, and my telephone number is 604-341-0566. 604-341-0566. Thank you, Marcy, for your time.
Thank you so much for coming to our office today, and I'm Marcy Pana, and my information is at the end of this video. We really appreciate you watching this video. Have a great, happy day, holiday season. Thank you.
Merry Christmas and